Good morning. I hope all of you have been safe and sound in the corona crisis, and I hope we are out on the roads very soon and back to our new normal of training and an even new normal when it comes to races whenever they start. In today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about something that is very, very dear to me. Having been an athlete since 1992 to now, 25 Ironman finishes later, I've seen the world change quite a bit. The world has changed in terms of devices and in terms of the data that gets collected. Every week, I have an athlete or two who talk to me about getting a personal best in their workout. I want to talk to you about why it's important to one, follow a structured plan, but two, more importantly, not be a slave to this data and a slave to achieving a personal best on a weekly basis. If you look at the top athletes in the world, whether they're amateur or professionals, they're only trying to achieve a personal best once a week maybe. And that high intense session is either a time trial session on the bike or the run or the water. Okay, we're talking strictly about triathlon here. Not many coaches or athletes will try personal best on all three sports in a given week. That's a big no-no. Overtraining and overreaching go hand in hand. Overreaching happens when you're trying to achieve something that your body is not able to handle. That means if I've been given an X pace, I'm trying to handle 2X. At some point, my body will give up. Just imagine you do a hard session on a Tuesday morning, you don't recover well, and you try and do the Wednesday session hard again. You're trying to overreach than what your body can sustain. Overtraining happens when you either overdo the intensity of the work or the volume of the work. Again, your body cannot adapt to the training load. That stimulus that your body goes through, it's giving you a sign, hey, back off, I can't achieve it. What happens is, if you try and beat your performance on a weekly basis, in each and every or even alternate sessions, that's 3 or 4 sessions in a week where you're just going intense, not enough time for your body to recover. These small gains in personal best on a weekly basis can result in a long-term harm, long-term losses. Losses can occur in 3 different ways. Number 1, you have a high risk of getting injured. If you don't recover, you don't stretch properly, you don't invest in your nutrition, you don't sleep well, your body is going to let go. The worst thing any athlete can go through is an injury setback. The second thing that can happen is overaccumulation of fatigue is also not good for your immune system. More than likely, you will fall sick. And if your immune system has really taken a beating from overreaching and overtraining, guess what? It's going to take you twice or thrice longer to recover from this. A lot of times athletes say, hey, I've got a cold or a fever. That should typically go away in 3 to 5 days if you do everything right. But I've seen cases where their colds, headaches, fevers last 15 days to a month. And that's a lot of time, okay? The third thing that can happen is the mental fatigue or the disappointment. Understand that training is not a linear process. Your graph is not going to climb up every single week. At some point, you're going to have to plateau. You will plateau. Then you rest and recover. And then you increase the training stimulus or the training load, which is going to help you beat what you did maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. So what is burnout? A lot of times athletes have this disappointment where they have been achieving PBs over PBs, and then all of a sudden you plateau and you can't achieve what you used to achieve. And that's where the disappointment sets in. You will burn out, and burnouts again lead to giving up the sport or trying to overachieve, overtrain, overreach. Again, all of these things go hand in hand, and you go into one of two problems again: either have an injury or you're ill and out of action. My advice to you is, it's good to have data, but you have to take data with a pinch of salt. The most important data is how you feel, how your body tells you on a daily basis. If your body tells you you need rest, please give it rest. If it tells you, hey, this session, I don't think I should go hardcore, that's okay. Come back later and achieve your goal. If you're not working with a coach, try and see what your heart rate is on a daily basis, not just during training, but also when you wake up in the morning. A high resting heart rate early on in the morning is a sign of a body that's fatigued and tired. Similarly, how high is your heart rate going during workouts? If you did a heavy, hard workout and your heart rate goes up quicker and faster in the middle of the workout, that's an issue as well. Compare your workouts, compare your heart rates, and then decide what is happening, how intense you should go. If you're working with a coach, especially the one coach who's adding workouts on a weekly basis, and that's where I come in and say weekly is very, very important, so that the coach can structure based on your data from the past week. If he or she feels you need rest, you need recovery, they will add it. Please respect that. If you have any issues and you have a great communication, which you should, with your coach, call her or call him and discuss, hey, there was a problem, but I'm back to normal now. Create a communication channel, create a plan. Trust me, I have gone through an injury process myself, where fortunately for me, I only had to take 2 weeks off, but that felt like 2 years. Injuries are by part of the training we do, but overtraining, overreaching, not giving our body the respect it deserves can make you cost a season or maybe a couple years. Remember, small gains versus big losses. Do the math. Be safe, train smart, train safe, and let's all go out and rock our races.